They said she was a gusher, but then they sent a boy to do the job, and unfortunately this is what happened.
They say that Thailand has 3 seasons: hot, very hot and dusty, and very hot and wet. However, a week or two ago in Western Thailand, the heat and dust rose to a whole new level. It was the hottest I've ever been during my 25 years in Thailand. Now, this occurred during a recent trip to my favourite province of Kanchanaburi. We had 1 day left, and I wanted to show my friend from the UK who was visiting some spectacular places without melting. Therefore, we set off early in the day, and my idea was to cool down as the day reached its hottest part. Join us.
Let me welcome everybody to the Wild Wild West, a province that's untouchable like Elliot Ness.
This is part of the infamous Death Railway, and this is our first stop. 80 years ago, this was one of the cruelest places on earth, as many men were literally worked to their deaths. Here at 7 AM in 2024, it feels far from that.
Morning, we're off on a pretty marvellous day trip today. I'm going to take my mate around, and we've just stopped here at Tamcrasser Bridge, the trestle bridge. Funny when they say off the beaten track, it's a term used way too much, and perhaps this place once upon a time may have been off the beaten track, but it's very much on the beaten track. I shan't bore you with the history too much of this bridge. I'll link you back to another video that I did, but it just suffice to say, after many months of arduous and deadly and fatal labour, this bridge finally opened and the first train came across. Guess what? The bridge collapsed. We've come before the tourist hordes. As you know, most people are sheep, and everyone's going to come here the exact time the second train comes over for the day. Do you know what? You can forget where you are for a moment and forget all the history and everything. Just pretend you're a train. Choo-choo! Or, as they say in Thailand, pun pun! And this is the main viewpoint for most people who want pictures of the train coming across. So you come here when the train's coming across. Right here's a good spot. Now, I've investigated over there a few times for filming the train coming across, but I think you're going to have to speak to the manager of that resort and either buy a meal or talk to them nicely and ask to pay them even. I don't know. I wasn't successful last time in getting in, but you never know. Anyway, now I'm not allowed to put copyright songs on here, but imagine Johnny Cash, I Walk the Line. Right here while the men were being worked to death. This is where the Japanese officers used to sit. They used to sit here in the shade while everyone else is pretty much dying, but it has been changed now to a little temple shrine. Buddy carb. A little temple and shrine like this. At least they're putting good vibes back into a place that used to have terrible vibes, but anyway. The only thing I'm really going to say is this is the most famous trestle bridge in and around Kanchanaburi or on the Death Railway. However, there were many trestle bridges along the Death Railway through the jungle and indeed into Burma too. I don't know where any of the others are, so this is the most accessible place, and I'm sure there's a few that have collapsed deep in the jungle too. Ooh. Cross the tightrope, not really. Ooh. It's down that way, mate. Oh, yeah. I'm just going down the idiot's way. Oh, yeah, I'll slip our side, just hit that. So, we'll have a quick look this way. Look, last time I came this was totally overgrown. It just adds another dimension, another view to it, doesn't it? Look, like I said, it's unlike Hellfire Pass. It's changed the vibes here. Now it's a place where people come and marvel and smile and generally are in a happy, positive mood. And I'm sure that's helping with the general vibes and stuff. I mean, mate's totally blown away, really.
Fucking fucking amazing.
It is, isn't it? I thought, why not? He's been here for a week or two. He's been down to sort of Jomtien, he's been to Rayong, he's been at Yutia, a couple of places, and I thought he wanted to go to Kanchanaburi. I thought, why not blow his mind a bit and take him to a couple of incredible spots. Do you know what, that's a nice little perspective going that way, underneath the bridge, it really is. Totally different. And if you come in between when the trains are coming here, or come here an hour or so early, you really will have this bridge to yourself. And that is why they call it a trestle bridge. Right, we'll leave it here just with a bit of a close-up of how this bridge is constructed. Lots of heavy wood, some big old bolts, and a lot of blood, sweat, and a fair amount of tears. This is Tam Crusair Trestle Bridge. Now let's crack on to an even more spectacular spot. Let's go. Come on. There's a few checkpoints, but that's what you might imagine or expect when you have such an important dam.
After 6 years of construction, in 1980, and after a huge jungle valley was flooded here in Western Thailand, Srinakarin Dam was opened. Now, it was supposed to cost about 45 million US dollars to construct. It ended up at more than triple that, due to the fact that the dam was rather controversially constructed right on a fault line, the Sea-Sawat fault line. Now, I don't know if they didn't know about it when they first did it, or they did and just continued anyway. I have no idea, but it does lie rather close to the Three Pagodas fault line and another one just over the border. Anyway, the dam contains 17.8 billion cubic meters. We're on the way to my favourite waterfall in all of Thailand, but we are slap bang in the middle of the dry season. Will there be any water? I know there is precious little at Sayok Waterfall or Erawan, but I'm hoping this place will have enough for what I want to do today.
Now, where this forest was ravaged by the British, by the Chinese, by many different people for hardwood such as teak, and a lot of it's been replaced, a lot of this jungle's been replaced by bamboo, as you can see. And if I didn't manage to catch it now, I'll film it on the way back, but there are a lot of burnt bits on both sides, which suggests there's been a kind of a forest fire, because it goes both sides of the road, look.
When I first drove this road about 15 years ago, it was little more than a dirt road, and I was in my mate's 4x4. Today, as you can see, it's rather hot, but it's paved, and you can see the controlled fires that they've done either side of the road to contain this tremendous heat wave.
And You saw how dusty it was on the way here, this dry and parched paradise. And look, I'll show you a clip in a minute of what this looks like at a different time of year. I mean, that's pretty spectacular as it is, but yeah, have a look at this clip here. Yeah, this one's a little bit more mellow, but still beautiful nonetheless. Tell that to a Geordie, seriously mate, it's like 40 degrees. There's a lady back there trying to get me to get a life jacket, trying to get every single person beyond this point in a life jacket. So I'm not going swimming, so I might, but I don't need a life jacket. Look at it, give me a break. We're down on level 2 here. Actually really busy, and I'm surprised how many white people are here as well. People have been watching various videos on YouTube and that. I guess, like I said, this is a classic case of a place that used to be secret and hidden and isn't anymore. You can see why though. I'm pleased that this place has finally been shared with people. It's a stunning spot. I'm sure there won't be too many people a bit further on, but look, although it's a little disappointing up there, it's still spectacular down here. Look. I'm going to find a nice spot down there to dangle my feet in and do what I do. This is the spot. Right here. Look. There's the remnants of some of the flash flood from a few years ago as well, but look, we've got a new walkway since we came here. It's not too much water today, and as usual, there's a lot more people here than usual, and there's a few white folk, but they're all on those levels up there. I can't see anybody beyond that level. Let's see if there's anybody down here. Here we are, we've arrived. My favourite swimming spot. I'm going to call it the Emerald Pool. It's a little bit further down than where everyone has stopped. It's like just behind us down on level 1. It's a beautiful clear water, look. Lovely spot for a swim. Srinakarin Dam National Park. Not sure why it says boat tie up though. I don't know where you can go on your boat. It's crystal clear though. Actually, I haven't been down this far before. This is below tier 1, and I'm presuming it's going to eventually go into the lake down here. So let's see if it does go into that reservoir. Well, we're here right at the bottom of the waterfall, not too far from the reservoir. And do you know what? I've never been down this far, And this is perhaps one of the best vistas, one of the best viewpoints. Look at all these butterflies flying about, and this is very much dry season. There's not much water, but even so, I mean, come on. It's like a picture postcard, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. I'll be quiet now. And there we go. If you ever see one of these bandstand-like structures, loosely speaking, we call it a sala, S-A-L-A. It's normally a good place to get out the sun for a minute. There's my mate, look, trying to fall into the water. Right, gonna have a swim in a minute, but I don't think I'm gonna film it. A little bit body conscious at the minute. I'm fat as all. I'm pretty fat, mate, so you can make do with this beautiful view. And I will not spoil it. TTFN. Currently playing poo sticks, but can't really see it. Mine's over there looking brilliant. My mate's is over there not looking quite as good, but hey ho. Oh, something's stinging my foot there. Look, I'm on the waterfall. Ooh. Might as well get in it, got to be in it to win it, so apparently. Looking for the perfect dip spot. I mean, just got my feet wet. There is a natural bath there, look, and there's a natural bath just up here, but let's find the perfect spot. I think I'm going to go back to the emerald green pond. It's waterproof, but I don't want to put it under. Yeah. Well, I seem to have peer pressured Duncan into going for a swim, so he's debating it. Off he goes. A St. Neots swimming pool veteran. I would have expected nothing less. I think you're not supposed to swim. They say don't swim deep water where we've just been, but hey, I'm an adult, and most people just grab their life jackets and they swim on these couple of levels up here where I guess they're requested to do so these days. But hey ho, beautiful place. Let's come for a picnic. This is one of the better viewpoints as well, look. An outdoor amusement park for the whole family. Beautiful. One of the more popular swimming spots here and up there. Oh look, there's the couple I helped out just before. So that's the place that you're guided to swim. That's the recommended spot. Sorry, it's 80 minutes from Bangkok on the new highway to Kanchanaburi, and then this place, if you drive really slowly, maybe an hour and 50, realistically about 90 minutes. But it's only 30 or 40 minutes past Erawan, and it's worth that extra little bit of effort. Hey, look, Dunk's getting after it. Look, he wants a piece of that arse. Look, there he is. Look, he's after it. Look. That's where you get the life jackets if you want to swim, and you can rent mats there as well. Look. Viewpoint. There's the campground there. Camp anything there. God, every time I hear a buzz, I think it's a hornet. 2 hornet attacks in the last 2 weeks. Shan't bore you with that here. And that's normally an amazing view across that reservoir to the mountains beyond the next one, but a tad dusty. But actually, I've got to say, this bit here where the waterfall is, I guess the mist of water clear the air somewhat, and it feels very breathable, pretty damn nice actually. Okay, well, it's lunchtime. We're going to find somewhere to eat, and as I've decided not to take the ferry now across the water there because it would just take too long to get something to eat, we'll go back to a village down there and we will find something local to eat, and then maybe I'll take my mates somewhere else on the way back. A couple of brave campers there in this almost 40-degree heat. It's going to get hotter over the next few days as well. They say it's going to get as high as 43 here on the Central Plains, or rather the Western Hills now. We'll have one more cheeky look at Tier 4. Tier 5 and 6 aren't really worth going to. But it's a very disappointing level of water. Sorry. As I said, it's normally gushing down there. They said she was a gusher, but then they sent a boy to do the job, and unfortunately, this is what happened. Never mind. Let's crack on for food. Totally agree. Apparently herbs are okay. Right, time to go back to Bangkok. We might stop on a couple of places on the way.